Well, we're actually doing part 2.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So welcome back to Yng N Reckless.
Yeah, it's great to be back. You know, we got two lovely guests here. We got Will and Anthony. Honestly, we didn't think about having guests, to be honest, that I don't even know at this point. Like, it's mostly going to be me and Alex, but everybody else who's going to be on it is just guests. But the main people who own this whole thing is just me and Alex.
Yeah.
But how about y'all introduce yourselves? Start off with you, Will.
Right on. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Will. It's an honor to be on here. It's crazy you guys invited me. This is awesome. Really looking forward to it.
I mean, I'm Anthony. I'm chilling, doing my thing.
Oh yeah.
We're here.
What do you guys do for work?
Actually, I'm part of a plumbing and electrical renovation company. I'm 19.
Big guy.
On that
Big
grind.
shot.
On that grind.
Oh,
No. We're out. We're starting out. We're seeing how it goes for sure.
Oh yeah. What about you, Anthony?
Little upcoming mechanic at Tire Kingdom. Making
Yeah.
decent.
That's good, man. You thinking about getting any certifications and being like a real mechanic?
Yeah, it's pretty much the goal. I want to get that and then go work for the city. It's not bad.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
But we got a topic that we want to start off with. Actually, this is probably gonna be the whole topic for the whole podcast.
Yeah.
You know, what is your guys' opinion on just females in this generation, man?
Fuck them.
Yeah, just fuck.
Great way to
them.
start.
Really?
I just want to go back to back in 2010. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
When life was just simple.
Playing Minecraft and
Exactly. You know, you go to school, you come back home, and you just vibe. You have
Yes.
no responsibilities, no problems in life. Just vibe out until the next day.
I never believed it when adults actually say growing up sucks until I grew
Oh,
up.
no, they're
Yo,
not.
this
Yeah,
shit is
so
trash.
facts, dude.
Yeah.
Shit. Shit's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man.
I would say you said 2010, but in my opinion, we all
Yeah,
know
'cause your
I
ass
grew
is
up
old as
different.
shit.
Yeah.
I grew up different from y'all. Like, I'm older and how I went about my life back then. So I would say, for me, it would be farther back. Because, 2010 is when, looking back, I noticed that's when the shift happened. That's when women started acting the way they are now.
Really?
In
And
my
what would
opinion.
you say they're acting as right now?
It's just,
later?
the way, how do I word this not to sound offensive?
Right, that's the hard part.
But it's
Yeah.
the truth. It's the truth.
It's the truth, but to an extent, because everyone's different. Not all women are the same. They do sometimes act the same, but
You find good ones. You
find good ones always.
Yeah, every now
Yes,
and
you
then.
do.
But it's the fact of how, an example, how women will, they'll be hypocritical. Guys are the same, but you know how, they say women can do the same thing as men, but then in certain situations, they're like, oh, why don't you do it? You're the man.
Right.
So like that, it's simple things like that. They expect you to be good to them, treat them right, but then they run to the ones that don't treat them right. Or they expect you to treat them right, but they don't.
Honestly, I think it's because where they've come from is usually when you date someone, all they've known is they've had those shitty relationships, they've had those people that have used them and whatnot, and they're like, oh, this is all I've known, so this is how I'm gonna treat everyone from here on out. So they're gonna continue to run to those bad guys.
And that's what they always go back to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
no matter how good you are, no matter what you do for them, majority of the time they're gonna run back
It's
to
like
those
Stockholm
bad.
syndrome, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, following up on
Exactly.
that, most of them can honestly, I think my opinion is they're just scared of just being in a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly,
They're
I
not
agree.
used to it. You know what I mean? That's like with trying new things, even in life, you're not used to it, so you're not gonna be, oh, I'm 1,000% into this. And it's just, it can be scary for them. And
Yeah.
it's understandable, but going back to what you're known, what you're comfortable with, even though you know it's bad, isn't the smartest decision for females especially. But that's just how they are, especially in this generation.
Yeah, and
Especially,
dating too is they don't date for longevity. They're dating to just mess around, do stupid shit, and then leave.
Exactly. Or they get scared of that actual commitment, or they're not used to being treated the right way, and they self-sabotage it, and they go back to that just.
Absolutely.
the
Or they
bad
cheat.
guys.
Or they
cheat.
Yeah.
But also saying guys do the same thing. It's just the dating
It's
It's
just
our generation.
our generation.
What is the word? It's like we're so. There's a word for it, but we're numb to it.
Like a hookup culture.
Yeah,
I hate
basically.
that. I hate
Yeah.
that so much.
That's the worst.
pretty
And another
stupid.
thing I want to touch on before we move on to other stuff of this topic. Another thing is I hear this said a lot, and the way people say it, I don't like because they joke it, but I actually believe it's true because I was one of those people. Hurt people, hurt people. Like you were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because I was the same way. I used to self-sabotage. I used to think, oh, this is what I'm used to, so I'm going to do it to other people.
Yeah.
and I learned the hard way. You all know I learned the hard way. that doesn't work out in life.
You got your little pass, but you're definitely getting better. And that's all this really is in general.
It's improvement. That's all that matters.
That's the most difficult thing.
Your past shouldn't matter to your partner.
To an extent.
To an extent. Yes, to an extent. But it shouldn't really matter if they're improving on it, especially.
Yes.
Now, if, for example, if someone has a really rough past of being around, like being around with a lot of people, you know, I'm not gonna say stuff. I'm not gonna say those type of things. But if you're improving on it, that's great. You know,
because improvement is attractive to certain people.
Exactly.
As long as I see you're doing the right thing, you're getting your shit done, it's.
Yeah, but it's like if you stay that way, but you say you want to improve,
that's the worst.
I hate that. You can't do that. There's
no.
The entirety of life is growing up, maturing, and making yourself a better person, in my opinion. Because everything is about it. Everything is about growing up. Everything
maturity.
In maturity. Because if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result, like if you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't treat you right or something like that, and you just keep staying with them or keep going back to them.
Oof, I got some of that.
The description of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
It's either that or you're too naive to realize.
Exactly, which comes back to maturity, and everything comes back to trying to just.
Yeah, that was me with my ex.
Yourself.
Shit happened. Like I got traumatized. Mind you, I'm a very simplistic person, and it takes very little just to like please me in general. Mm-hmm. But like the shit that happened between me and her, it was bad, and I came back. I went back. It was just. I don't know if it was just being scared to move on.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's you're not missing her. You're missing the memories.
Yeah.
You're missing the company. That's what you're missing. You're not missing the relationship aspect. You're missing
what
you guys did.
To you. You don't fall in love with someone for the second time. You fall in love with the memories you made with that person.
Exactly.
Yeah. Falling in love with someone for the second time will never come as close as when you fell in love with them the first time.
100% agree.
And it's all leads back to the memory because like I've told you guys multiple times my 2 years. And to this day, like I always say it, word it how he said it. I miss how it was, not the person. Because even me to this day, I struggle to sleep at night. Because with 2 years of sleeping next to the same person,
it does something.
It does something to you, and it's not them. Like it's not them. It's what
the
they
company.
were.
It's the company. It's what you guys did.
And speaking on that, something you guys didn't know, but you probably don't know that I found out. Fun fact: she's moving back here.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be fun for you.
Yeah,
little traumatic experience, you know, little trauma coming back in. A thing I want to touch on is men and just being, you know that mentality of just you're a man, just get through it.
Thug it out, thug it out.
Thug it out.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I mean, in the end of the day, we all can say we have quote unquote that mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that mentality, but to an extent.
Exactly, to an extent.
I'm emotional. I'm an emotional asshole. Like, there's shit that gets me upset.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm open about it. I tell you what's going on.
Quick question on that topic for you guys. Did you grow up with, like, I don't know how your family life is, so if, like, not to be rude, I'm gonna say if you had father in your life, did you grow up with any time him, like, you cried or anything, him telling you, tough it out, boys don't cry, this or that?
Both of them.
Exactly. That's what I want to touch upon that because I grew up with that type of father. Like he still does it to like my nephews and stuff, and I feel like that's a not fully to blame, but a factor into why I am the way I am. And I struggled opening up to people. I struggled like dealing with myself, like my emotions, because I'm not used to that. And that leads back to the whole fact that we have to thug it out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, for me as well, like I've had that same thing. My dad was the same way, honestly. And you know, I'm a bigger person, right? And nowadays, my excuse me, what happened?
Keep going.
Nah. You want to say it with your chest, all right?
Keep going.
Say it to the people here.
Yeah. But nah, cause like I was saying, I've been a big person all my life. You know, I've always been called fat. Like ever since I was like in California. You know, when I was in California, I was in elementary school. Came down here in the 4th grade, and I've always been, you know, the bigger guy.
Yeah.
And then my dad, and you know, just my family in general, we've had that, you know, oh, you're eating again, even though like I haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
You know, and they've been like that my whole life.
I don't like that.
So, you know, it's just that thing, thug it out.
Yeah.
So, Even and anybody that calls me fat nowadays, I don't really care. You know, been through it, done that.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Tell me something new.
And the
You're
best
taking
part,
care of yourself.
and the best part about it is that the thing I like that you do is that you shrug it off, you laugh it off.
Yeah.
And that's something
He embraces
actually
it.
genuinely.
He embraces
a
it
good
probably
thing,
because no matter what people say to you to try and insult you or say something about
he
you
knows
personally.
his true self.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And also, you've probably told yourself 10 times worse because
Oh,
everyone
dude.
does that. That's why
Oh,
it doesn't matter
man.
what people think of you because at the end of the day, you hate on yourself more than anybody
Of
else.
course.
Yeah.
One little thing that someone can say to me, I overthink it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
even if you
Yeah.
shrug it off, you know at the end of the day when you're laying in your own bed by yourself,
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
overthink it. Everyone overthinks. It's part of life.
Of course. You know, overthinking is dude, that's the worst thing in the
It's
world.
a disease.
It really
it's a
is.
disease, dog.
It ruins a
bad.
lot of things. It ruins a lot of things.
It's ruined relationships for me.
It's ruined
It did,
relationships for me.
I say
Me
it
too.
did for me.
Ruined relationships. It's just my overthinking. I don't know if it's the same with y'all. But let's say my partner, she tells me something. Or we're gonna go out and do something.
Or
I
she's
have-
gonna go by herself and do
Exactly. My head, I have a million different outcomes of what could happen.
Yeah.
That's how bad my overthinking is.
Yeah.
And it's scary, bro, how bad
Yeah,
overthinking
but you know how I
can be.
cope with that? Because when like she'll tell me, "Oh, I'm going here with these friends." "Oh, I don't want you to go." "Well, why?" "Well, it's because I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about other people, and I always blame it on that, even though it's past relationships that's ruined. Like I have trust issues now.
It's hard to trust people after you've been hurt.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
It really is.
Main thing about being hurt, dog, it's just the females in this generation. I'll
It
tell
is.
you that
They
right
have
now.
no care for how we feel.
Yeah.
It's them or nothing.
That
Of
is
course.
true. On the flip side, though, you can also argue that girls would see it the opposite of it's
They
the
always
guy's
see it the
problem.
opposite.
Yeah, of
You know?
course. In their eyes, it's like, I'm in the right, you're always going to be in the wrong.
That's how it
I'm
is.
never wrong.
Yeah.
But that's how it is.
You know,
That's
and,
always been how it is.
and then that's when you find the good ones, you know?
Yeah.
And you do find the good ones every once in
You
a
do.
while.
You
Good
do
ones,
find the
man.
good ones.
Shit. Talking about good one, man. Let me talk about my people. Hey, man. Nah, so I'd say about, what happened? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks
roughly.
ago, I met this girl. Dog, she looked at me, swear to God, just looked at me. She said, hey. I said, hi. She told me, you're really cute. I swear to God, my heart went to my ass so fast. Because another thing, like, being that big person, being just a funny guy, and nobody really, not respects, but, like, takes me seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that, what she said, bro, I almost bawled my eyes out.
Yeah.
I was this close to bawling my eyes out, and I was like, shit, holy.
Because girls can say all day that it's not about looks, it's not about looks, but then, I'm a funny guy, but I don't look the best, cheat on me. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
It's exactly what happened with me.
You know,
It sucks.
I
They have
sent
no care.
her this little TikTok, right? And the TikTok was like, oh, I'm just clueless on math and what you saw in me. I sent her that.
That's a good one.
That's really
Fire.
cool.
You know what she said? She told me, I looked at you and said I want that one because I saw through you. I saw behind a beautiful smile all the pain and abuse and trauma you went through. I saw that you're hurting and still are one of the sweetest people ever, even after everything you've been through.
Damn.
I like that about you. When I get hurt, I close myself off and act a fool and treat people like shit. You're mature. You still treat people with respect and kindness, even if and when it's hard. When I saw you, I didn't see your weight.
Yo.
Bro.
Yo.
Dog.
You know what's crazy? When you send her a TikTok, she hits you with a paragraph, son.
I love that.
You're telling me, bro? I just got sent insane things. And you know what I told her? I'm speechless.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
shit,
no
Because
dog.
I literally, you can ask him, because it was here. And I was with him, I was with Alex, and
The speed.
I swear to God, I'm out here kicking my feet and shit. I'm geeking out.
Got
And-
you blushing and shit,
Bro,
bro.
I was geeking out. I asked Alex, what the fuck do I say to this? And he's like, just say I'm speechless. And I'm like, you know what, you're so right, because I have actually nothing to say. And yeah, dude, she's amazing, bro. I'm not gonna lie, she is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me
Really?
right now. Even after my ex, I was with my ex for about a year and a half. But mind you, we broke up and got back together like 3 times.
We could talk about exes.
Oh, jeez. That's
Yeah.
a topic I can't
That's the
jump on.
topic that he wants to get into. But after that one, dude, this one, dude, she's just different, dog. Like she'll call me and be like, I just want to let you know, you're absolutely stunning. And I'm like, bro, where have you been out of my life? You know what I mean? Like, where have you been? And then she starts telling me some stuff, and I'm like, all right.
Alright.
But, who wants to take the subject on this one?
What, exes?
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Oh,
I don't
boy,
even
Anthony.
give a
She's got
shit.
some shit to get off his
Bro,
chest,
because
huh?
he's been digging. I've been digging. I saw her today, bro.
Yeah.
Drove past my house.
Ooh, true.
But no, I mean, I was with her for, I think, I broke up with her December of last year. So it's almost been a year since, all that shit went down. But it was kind of crazy. I was with her for, I'd say like 6 months. When did the hurricane hit? Of last year, June.
Yeah, roughly around 6 or 7 months ago.
So yeah, about 6 months then. Bro, it was just constant like red flags. Like she used to sneak out and shit.
Oh,
Like,
hell no.
bro, yeah, I hated that. But then she got with me and she's like, oh, I'm gonna change, blah, blah, blah. Stop smoking, stop doing all this shit. And I was like, okay, like I see the change. You're making an effort, so I'll put in effort too. But then, let's go cheat on me.
That's where that trust issue's coming in.
Yep,
Yeah.
cheat on me and tell me a lie. So obviously, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I give her another chance. That's where I fucked up because she did the same shit again.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fucked because I wasn't in the wrong. Like I gave her everything and I got nothing in return.
Yeah.
And I didn't care about getting anything in return. That's not what I'm like tripping over. But it's the point where she's not hurt.
Yeah.
So what was she in that relationship for? What was her goal?
The attention.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's what I fucking hate about nowadays because it's all about attention. People aren't dating to marry. People aren't putting in effort the same way everybody else is putting in effort.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And that's why I have trust issues. Like it's not the person who I'm with now. It's the person who I was with before.
Yeah. I kind of want to touch up on that when you said that you got nothing in return. Yeah. So with my ex, we were long distance, and she was in a different state for a while. Like,
Oh, you want to talk about long distance? I got you on that,
Bro,
bro.
I know you got a story on that.
Uh-huh.
But my thing is, if we're doing long distance, shit, with my current one, we're doing long distance. But at the end of the day, I can just drive like a couple hours just to
Exactly. And
You're
that's
not, like,
all right.
Tohono
see. Will I
State.
do that?
Maybe.
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 It's a big maybe. Like maybe on a holiday or something.
Yeah.
Like and I can surprise her. Of course, I would love to do that. You know what I mean?
That's how memories are made.
That's the memories, bro. And like I was saying with my ex, like we would be on FaceTime, and I'm the type of person I would entertain that bitch for hours on FaceTime, telling her goofy ass shit, and just making her laugh. That's all I cared about was making them happy and laugh.
Yeah.
That's how I am as a person. Even with my boys, I just want to make y'all laugh. At the end of the day, that's life, man. Just be happy, laugh,
Yeah.
and just live life.
Because everybody goes through rough patches.
Of course,
It
everybody
happens.
does. Shit, you have too. We all have
Yeah,
on
we
this
all
table.
have.
We've
Everyone
all
has.
been through rough shit. And like I was saying, I got nothing in return pretty much.
But did you? What do you mean by nothing in return? Like
Yeah.
what? Explain.
Okay, we would be on FaceTime. It's me giving all the effort, pretty much. She would be dry. I sent her a big ass paragraph and just trying to make her laugh, and she'll be like, haha. Bro, I almost went to the screen and Superman punched her.
Dude, that's the hardest thing is when you like give all this and then you take a step back to see if they'll do the same thing to reciprocate that those
The
feelings
effort.
and the effort if they reciprocate those effort. But majority of the time, especially nowadays, it's all up to the guy to continue to
push forward.
Yeah, exactly. To pursue them and give them attention, which comes back to the attention thing. That's all they want. They don't give a fuck about us.
Absolutely.
Nah.
Like, if you're with someone, right? Someone who's been around, like I was saying.
Yeah.
If you entertain
Someone who
your
lied
ex-
about being around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you say, I mean, if you've been with her for like a couple months, right? It's going good. But it gets to that point where it's like, there's not much you can do for entertainment wise to give her that attention. She's just gonna go.
You run out of
Exactly.
shit. You run out of
It's
shit.
she's just there temporarily.
It's like a honeymoon phase.
Exactly.
It's like you guys are still
Those
getting
are
to
the
know
worst,
each
yeah.
other, and you're like, oh, you're giving her all this attention, you're pursuing her, and it's just funny, it's light. But once you kind of run out of those funny light things to say,
Nothing.
it either it weans off, or you realize this is the girl you're going to be with, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
The end of the honeymoon phase is always the indicator of where that relationship is.
It's like that 3-month rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you know what? I can tell you what hurts the most is when a girl, like that girl I was with who cheated on me twice and I'm a dumbass and went back. Oh, we're gonna build a family.
Oh, I
hate
hate when they do that shit.
We're gonna build a family. We're gonna be together forever. I love you. Blah 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 blah. But then you just throw me out.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Oh, that still hurts to this day.
Same thing with me.
Speaking
man.
on that, I have the perfect thing for that. So my 2 years, there was like we were on and off. I always ran back like an idiot, but there was one point where I was officially done, right? And so one story that I don't know if I told you guys, I might have. There was one point where she was pregnant with my
Really?
kid,
What?
and she looked me dead in the eyes, knowing that I've already been through miscarriages and abortions and stuff, and that I wanted a kid since I was 18. Looked me dead in the eyes while we're laying in bed. I'm getting rid of it.
Wow.
Started bawling my eyes out 2 weeks straight. She got an abortion. She had some other guy pick her up from there, and I didn't realize until after.
That right there is where you
And then, so when I was officially done with her, you know, I was still hooking up with her, whatever, you know, doing all
Right.
that. She hit me with the, I'm pregnant. So me, being the guy I am, I'm not gonna just leave her like that. I went back to her, and then I found out she was dating another guy, and then we got into a whole argument, and she hit me with that, oh yeah, I was never pregnant.
She lied to you about
She
it.
lied to me just to get me back.
I got a story about that. Happened recently, like real recently, about like not even a month ago. This one girl I know, right? We all know her.
Oh,
She was with
don't
me on
have to name
FaceTime. We don't gotta name anything.
we know.
She was on FaceTime with me. She was high. She made a joke. I'm pregnant. Mind you, I was prepared. I knew it wasn't mine. I was prepared because I knew that. I knew the father, quote unquote father, is not in her life anymore.
Yeah.
So you know what I thought? I was like, I'm that good friends with her. I'm that good friends. Like I'm prepared to be the father, like the father figure for that child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because imagine a guy not having the father figure in his life growing up. You know, it's tragic.
It really is.
I know people who that don't have their fathers, and like it sucks, dude. It sucks just for them, and then they always talk about how they haven't had that.
Yeah.
But then when they get that, what happens? They throw it out.
Exactly. And I told her, yeah, I was prepared. I told her I'm prepared to be a father for that child.
Oh,
She
it's
told
not
me
just her child. It's both of yours.
exactly. You know, you can't make a baby with just one person.
Exactly.
It has to be two people connecting on a deeper level.
Exactly.
But girls don't see sex as like that. They don't see sex as just.
They don't see it
connecting.
as a connection. No,
No,
they see it
absolutely
as,
not.
oh,
They
I'm just
see
going
it-
to have fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Girls are
that's
just horny.
also our generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was telling me that, oh, I'm gonna keep it. I told her, yo, like, you don't even talk to the father anymore. Like, do you have a plan B? She says, oh, we're past the plan B. I said, okay. She told me she was keeping it. Then she looked at me dead in my eyes, started laughing, and said, I'm not actually pregnant. Hung
You
up
can't
the
mess
phone.
with somebody.
I hung up the phone. Okay, and then she called me again, asked me why I'm mad. I told her, because I was prepared to be a father for that child. I'm
Yeah.
18 years old, bro. I don't even have my life really set. I'm trying to start working. I'm not even working right now. Fucking sucks, you know. And I wasn't ready to be a father, but if I had to, I will.
Exactly.
It shows how much you care about that person to
Yeah.
not let them just leave them in the dust.
Oh yeah, of course I care for that person.
Exactly.
She's fucked up a lot. I fucked up, I guess. You know, it's just an I
I
guess.
guess.
You know,
Everybody has
in their
problems.
eyes, you know, you fucked up a lot.
Yeah.
You know, if you do the littlest thing, you're done. They can do the bro. They
You're
can
telling me,
fuck up
You're telling me.
horrendously.
Yo.
But if you say, yo, you fucked up,
You're the
they're
bad
gonna
guy.
explode.
You're the bad
You're
guy.
the bad
Manipulative, gaslighting. It's always
my
your fault.
God,
It always comes back to being
always.
your fault. Even if you thought you genuinely had something with them,
Yeah.
and then at the end when you're trying to end it cordially or something
Yes,
like
always.
that, it always comes back to being your fault. It was you always tried. I
Everything-
tried. You know?
Everything's gonna circle around to being your fault.
Exactly. Even if you broke up with them or you ended things with them trying to
Yeah, like it's pretty crazy, like talking about that circling into everything just being your fault.
It always comes back to you.
Of
Because they
course.
always want to blame the other person because they don't want to see it as their fault.
Yeah.
They never feel like the bad guy,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Because if you, let's say you're in like a group of people, and that girl, you are dating, and she fucks up, and it revolves completely and goes to you,
Every time.
that group, she's gonna start talking. Oh, she's gonna start talking.
Yeah, they do
Yo,
that.
speak with your chest, dog. I'm
Yo.
looking at you speak.
Dog, if it's always like that, no matter what happens.
Even when you try your hardest.
Even when you try your hardest,
It's
it
never
always
their fault.
it's never their fault. They'll never take responsibility for it. Even if the way you ended things, maybe it wasn't as good as you hoped. You tried to do it, but it didn't.
You tried to save it.
You tried to save it, didn't end well. But then it's always your fault to put it back on you, even if they've done some fuck shit, you know?
Yeah.
And
Especially
it's-
right after.
Especially right after.
Yeah, there's this one song that like it perfectly matches what we're talking about because every time I heard the song, that one part reminded me of it. It's basically saying where the guy goes, you can slit my throat, and with my one last gasping breath, I'd apologize for bleeding on your shirt. That's how they expect us to be.
Yeah.
They expect us to apologize no matter what they do wrong.
And then when you stop playing their game and just
You're the
pretty
bad
much
guy.
say, okay, I'm done, fuck you, I'm out,
You're the bad guy.
then
You're the bad guy.
then they go crying to all of your friends, all of their friends, saying things like, oh, they pretend like I'm not even real. They pretend I'm not there.
Exactly.
It's fucked. Like you
Yeah.
try and you try and you try, but when they just at the end of the day. It's,
But you know how I got over my ex? Because my mom explained it to me this way. She wasn't hurt. There was no, like, she's upset. There's no upset face. She just kept doing her thing. That's how you know she's, like, I did nothing wrong, and I got all the hurt out of it.
Yeah.
Because she can go back to who she thinks she loves or whatever, do her thing, go racing, whatever.
Yeah.
Do the shit that I used to do with her. Like, there's no, oh, I feel bad. There's no depression. There's no nothing. But then
Yeah.
us, we get all the hits. We take everything because we can't cry. We have to take it in.
Yeah. A thing I saw actually on Instagram is this video, and it was talking about girls nowadays in this generation. They don't go for nice guys.
They don't.
They don't listen. They don't go for the nice guys. They don't go for the ones who actually want to date to marry.
No, at all.
In the future, this is what the woman said on Instagram. She said, in the future, all those girls who have been around and don't date to marry, they're gonna start looking for those nice guys.
But it's
in
gonna
the
be too
future.
late. It's gonna
It's
be
gonna
too
be
late.
too late, and then none of the good guys.
They're gonna end up with drug dealers.
Exactly.
They're dating drug dealers now.
Exactly. They're gonna end up how they were nowadays.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the future, bro. It's just.
They go with no lives. People have no career. People
Exactly.
who smoke and drink every day of their life.
Yeah.
Who have no success.
Yeah.
But the people who have success are the ones who always get hurt.
Yeah, of course.
I saw the post like
You know,
that where it was
it's,
like where the girls in their 20s are out partying, getting fucked up, just hooking up.
Which you can party.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong
But it's
with
just
that.
the way they go about it. It's like
Exactly.
they're all about the let me enjoy my life, let me hook up with anybody I want. Boom. The second they're in their 25s, 30s, who are they gonna
They're
get?
gonna be known as that person.
And there's not. It's gonna be too late.
Oh, you did something with this girl, so did I. That's exactly what it's gonna lead down to.
Yeah. You know, a thing that I hate though, I don't like girls who drink or smoke every day.
Every day, I get
Huh.
that.
I don't care that you have a drink every occasional.
Yeah.
You know, you smoke occasional. I don't really care. But when you're at the club every weekend or every night getting hammered,
What are they running from?
Exactly.
What are they trying to?
What are they
they're
trying
not
to?
trying to accomplish anything.
No, they're
No.
not.
That's just them
They're
suppressing
coping.
their
They're
feelings.
coping.
They're
Exactly.
suppressing their emotions with substances.
Instead of feeling something, they're like, "Oh, I'll just push it down. I'll forget about it by choosing substances over actually
And
growing
they
and
always,
maturing
and
as
you
a
know what the
person."
excuse is? Every time, I don't remember. I was blackout.
Exactly.
But another thing, now, let's say you get in a relationship with someone like that, all that suppressing, they're just gonna trauma dump you.
Yes.
Or
Just gonna
explode on
start
you.
trauma dumping you, exploding on you.
Blame their problems on
With
you.
everything that's happened in their life, they're gonna tell that to you. And then you're gonna be that person who knows everything about her, but you're in the wrong.
Always.
For something that you weren't even a part of. And it makes 0 sense.
Exactly.
You know that? That's just this generation.
But, and another thing is they always run back to people.
yeah.
I don't like that. And for you to talk with somebody, maybe it didn't work out too well, whatever, but for you to just go do something with another guy, maybe 2 weeks after you stopped talking, how much did you really care? How much did you really care for that person if you're willing to just move on that quick?
They didn't. They may play it as I was trying to get over you, or I was trying to move on. This is how I cope. But at the end of the day, if you can do that quickly, you never gave a fuck about that relationship or that person.
And if you cope like that, you're really kind of messed
Yeah, it's because it's a double-edged sword. You're either going with the other person to try to forget about them, or you just didn't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Which never works.
This one
Never
girl's
works.
story that I saw, me and you know her, because we were making fun of it. She posted, yo, someone get in a relationship with me so that we can break up in 2 weeks.
That's stupid. I hate things like
It's
that.
so,
I
what
hate
is
that.
the point?
If I'm gonna date you,
I'm dating to marry.
I'm dating to marry.
Exactly.
The girl I'm dating right now, I'm gonna marry this girl 100%.
Me too. I'm
Me too.
bro, committed.
Like, I genuinely think this.
You
It's
never,
like-
because girls don't commit. Like
Yeah.
girls don't fall in love nowadays. Like the one I'm with right now, currently in love with me for 2 years, but I kept putting it off. I kept not seeing her that way. Whatever I had to blame it on.
Yeah.
But now, like, you realize what she has to offer,
Yeah.
and that's what's attractive. What she has to
Yeah.
offer, and how much she actually cares about you.
Something that I want to touch upon, guys, in reality, bro, if you find the right one, it doesn't matter if she has big tits. Doesn't matter if she
I
has
could care
big
less.
ass.
I could care
It
less.
does not matter. It's all about really the personality. If, you know, Andrew Tate, the big G, like the top G, he talks about if a woman can make you feel like you're the boss, dude, she's the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fuck do we care if, oh, you're good at sex, you're a whore. Cool, you know? But can you make me feel like I'm really appreciated? Can you make me feel that I'm just better? If you can't, then you're just not the one,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of females nowadays they miss.
And also, I think a lot of people have a failure of being, or they have a fear of being alone. So they're always
Yeah.
looking for some relationship, even if it's just, like you said, that girl that posted on her story. She posted on her story saying, what, that she wanted to date for 2 weeks and then break up.
Yeah.
I think it's a fear of being alone, feeling
Yeah.
not wanted, because it comes down to they
Mind
want
you,
it.
she's the same one who like goes every weekend to the club and gets hammered.
They want
Well,
attention.
Like that's exactly
Yeah.
what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody to fill that gap.
But they will be completely traumatized, quote unquote traumatized, if they get catcalled. If they actually get the attention from some random guy.
Exactly.
It has to be somebody who they know,
And who they want.
and who it doesn't have to be who they want.
In
If
some
they, just,
cases.
if they just get that attention, they just feed off that attention.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it for a year.
Yeah. We all did
I
it.
did it for
Yeah.
a
You
year.
really think about it. We
We
all
all
did
done
it.
it.
That shit fucked me up.
Yeah.
Because then you eventually catch feelings for that
It's
person,
that
and they
approval.
blow you off.
It's that approval of like, yeah, you got it. Yeah. Like, if I could, I would. You know what I mean? That's that approval that they're just looking for. When they actually get it, the world's fucked.
Yeah.
The
Oh
world's
yeah.
a horrible place.
Yeah, it's going down.
Yeah. You know?
It really comes down to how they were raised, in a sense,
Yeah.
because like you can be raised in a good household but still be a fuck up kid.
Mhm.
Or you can be raised in a good household and be successful and have a career and a job and somebody who loves you.
Absolutely. I mean, parents, dude, the influence that parents have is absurd.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I was raised by a
It's
single mother. Like
insane. You know? Me, I had both my parents growing up, and I would take a bullet for each of them. I would die for both.
of course.
You know, my brother as well. Like I would die for him. Even though he's fucked up, especially on me, like he's fucked up. I would always take a bullet for him.
Because
you know?
that's your brother. In the
Yeah.
end, that's your brother.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if because mind you, I'm a girl. I don't know. You know, we don't know really what's going on in their lives.
No.
What really
Unless they
happens in
really
real
open
time.
up to you.
They really open up to you. That's a rare occasion, you know.
Oh,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
But they really open up to you. You can really understand them and cope with them and just be
be real.
You can have a real relationship with them if you can relate to them.
It's all communication.
Absolutely.
It's all communication, and people from our generation don't communicate.
No.
They suppress things. They put things down because they think people don't care.
Yeah, it's like a thing with like, if your partner is just looking straight, like doesn't show a lot of emotion. Excuse me. Like, you're supposed to just know what's wrong with them.
Of course,
That
because
makes-
that's how they were raised.
It makes no sense.
Or like the oh, I'm fine.
I hate
Yeah.
that too. The I'm
It's
fine.
like, are you sure you're fine? You ask them a couple times, they're like, I'm fine. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Or it's
But
like,
if you
oh, it's
ask them
nothing.
too much.
Then they start getting upset at you.
Makes
But
no
then if you say,
sense.
okay, are you sure it's fine? And they're like, it's fine.
And
And
you
you're
don't
like,
do
okay,
anything?
cool. And you
Yeah.
just leave it.
They get
Then
upset.
they're mad at you over that.
Exactly.
So it's like it's
always
everything.
comes
It's
back
like
to
it's like a
us.
chess game.
Yeah, it's either you're annoying them too much or you don't care at all.
Exactly. You're
There's
always
no middle.
losing.
Yeah.
Everything's like chess, man. Like he was saying, if you play the right pieces, you'll win.
Yep.
That's just how it is. You just gotta think about making your move. So the thing with like just people in this generation, like in general, like nobody thinks before doing.
No,
Nobody
it's always
thinks
I'll
before
figure it
saying.
out.
Yeah.
It's always I'll
They
figure it
always
out after
put
the fact.
things to the side and deal with it later. Just deal with it now. Get it over with.
Because eventually
Yeah.
that stuff will end up hurting you more.
Don't put off something that you can do today for tomorrow.
Exactly.
course.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Quote Will. That's a
Will.
quote right there.
Quote.
Somebody
Tomorrow,
said that.
but
Somebody
to
said
be
that.
completely serious, tomorrow is not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen between now and fucking 30 seconds from now.
No, there's no
Because yeah, it's not guaranteed. So you have to embrace everything you can and face the problems as soon as possible.
because
That's
eventually it'll hurt you more.
It
That's
will.
like planning to do something, like saying like planning to do something tomorrow. What if something happens in 30 seconds? You don't have it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't know. You don't know anything.
No.
Do you plan on getting pulled over? No.
No, but it happens.
Do you plan on breaking your arm or something? No. It just happens. You know, nothing is really planned. It's just life.
But that's how it works out. Some things are meant to be, some things aren't.
Yeah.
That's how I've been looking at it.
You know, that's the thing with something like that is like taking your time with something. That's something that's like, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it could be bad. In some cases, taking your time with it could be a bad thing.
Because you don't want to take too much time.
Exactly.
'Cause you'll let it
But
go.
do you know how much time you need to
No,
take?
you don't. It's a
Absolutely.
guessing
It's always
game.
a game.
Exactly. Now, if you do it too soon, you're in the wrong.
You do it too
You're
late.
too late, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's no really perfect time.
It's good guy, bad guy.
Yeah. But most of the time, you're always gonna be the bad guy.
Always.
You know.
Then why not embrace it?
Yeah.
Why not be the bad guy?
Sometimes you have to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because they don't realize what they lost. They don't realize what they put to the side, what they didn't take advantage of.
I could never be the bad guy. You know, I've always been. Y'all know me, dude. I'm always been just a good person.
You're too nice.
Yeah.
I'm really nice. I'm way too nice. And girls in my past taking advantage of that.
They always do.
They always do.
And then, like, if I fuck up, dude, you're a horrible person.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe you did that. Well, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You know, this happened.
But they don't want to
They
hear,
don't wanna
it's
hear
their
they
that.
don't
fault.
want to hear that. They're all just like fucking spoiled brats.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
if it doesn't go their way, they start crying.
You know what it is? Attention horse.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it runs down to.
But hey, at the end of the day, some of us have been attention whores.
Oh, of course. We all have.
And
We all
also,
have.
we have been saying a lot of like girls are attention whores, girls are this, girls are that. At the end of the day, it's guys too.
everybody.
Guys
Yeah.
do that as well. It's not always the girl's fault. Maybe we've had experiences where we've been fucked over by a girl, even though we've given our all and we've tried. Maybe you're not very good at communicating, but you continue to try and communicate. But at the end of the day, it's not good enough for them because nothing
It's
is good
never good enough.
No,
Yeah.
nothing's good enough.
enough.
You know?
Because touching on that, because this is a story that you know that I want to put you guys in. So we all know my past. I was the bad guy,
Right.
Yeah.
and I'll admit that. Like I'm not gonna sit here and try to pretend that I was a good guy treating people right.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's like, so like Eddie was saying, you know, I'm trying. I'm
As
not
long
there
as you're
yet.
improving.
And that's the thing, because in our friend group, you know, we have that one friend always high or always out of it. But then you can ask him. One day we go out, and we've been hanging out twice a week for like what,
You have to cut it down.
4 weeks?
Yeah. No, we've been
And-
hanging out for a while now.
Yeah.
And as a group, we've actually been really close. and how do you say this? Like, we've all gotten just closer and become really good friends.
It's to the point sometimes where you miss company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And so, but like back to what I was saying, I got drunk one night, and you can ask him. Like he ended up having to defend me because like everyone got on me.
Yeah, I had that story. I'm gonna touch up on that. So, Alex doesn't have the best past.
Yeah.
We can all admit that. None of us have really amazing pasts. And the topic was him making someone uncomfortable. And yeah, if you really think about it, we've made people uncomfortable.
It
and
happens.
it's not, it happens, you know.
And you
It's
can,
not
like,
our fault.
Maybe
We
not
don't-
on purpose.
We don't mean to do the things that we do.
And real fast, before he continues, you can even ask him. The second I noticed, like, yes, I was under the influence, but I was still there enough that once I noticed, you can ask him, I walked away. I walked away from her because I noticed that me being under the influence was making her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I walked away.
As like that's improving though. That's a
And that
great
is
thing.
self-improvement. And to be completely honest, from the time that I met you, Alex, to now, you've changed and you've grown so much in who you
Yeah.
are.
That's what
a
Like
lot
it's
of
an
people need to
insane
do.
amount. And most people they can't see that.
it, yeah.
They can't see that they're making people uncomfortable or they're being just an attention whore or something like that. And I props to you, man, because you've really been improving and really
And there-
changing. And
talking about the situation with that when I defended him, I was with the group that we were talking about, and they were talking about how he made someone uncomfortable, but he made them uncomfortable, but in the past.
Yeah.
So I stepped in and I was like, yo, shut the fuck up. Alex has been improved. Y'all don't know this. Alex has been improving so much. Y'all don't see this because I'm with this motherfucker like every day or every other day. I see him and I always see him improving, and I'm proud of him. But y'all don't see that. Y'all just want to stay in the past of what he's done.
But it's
y'all don't
always
want to
the
see.
past.
Yeah, y'all don't want to see how he's
It's
doing
always
now.
past.
You know, that's the thing with females. It can be like, oh, she's done this guy in the past. I'm not gonna do that. You know?
Yeah.
But also, that kind of stuff makes certain people insecure.
Yeah.
Because I get insecure about that. Like if I've known, like it's not gonna affect it, but it's like damn, like
Yeah, it makes you
I didn't
think.
expect that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what else has she done? Shit
Yeah.
like that. But I mean, to an extent, like I don't judge. I'm not usually the type
Yeah.
to judge. Depending on the person, I have people, but it really just depends on who that certain person is.
And another thing, it also depends on if they're upfront with you about it or if you find out from someone else. You know what I mean? Because if you're upfront about it, like you tell them, hey, I did this, they're letting you know. So I feel like that's better than
I'd rather
hearing- yeah.
rather you tell me than me have to find out
exactly.
elsewhere. Because then I feel like what else is she hiding? What else?
But you know what that is?
Exactly.
That's trust.
But
And
that's also past.
Yeah.
That's also past shit. That's fucked you up.
Yeah, but if you're comfortable with saying your past, to someone, that's trust. You trust them to even handle your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the one I'm with right now, I'm completely open with. There's no reason to lie about anything because I'd rather
want it to work.
I want it to work. And
Exactly.
Exactly. And this is the one I want to marry. Like that's where I'm at right now.
That's exactly how I am too. When I was saying she trauma dumps on me, I want her to. I want her to tell me what she's been through.
you want to be able to be there for her
Exactly.
What
since
can
you
you
weren't
do-
able to be there for her when she actually went
Exactly.
through
And
it.
what can
Exactly.
you do to help her? What can you do to make her feel better?
Absolutely. You know, I want her to be comfortable with just telling me anything. I want her to be comfortable with, oh, I just got this at Starbucks. I want her to just tell me that stuff.
Yeah.
But
Tell
that
me
runs
little
down to
things.
communication.
It doesn't always have to be a genuine in-depth
In-deep, yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
I don't care about that all the time. Tell me what's going on in your day. Tell me some quirky little thing. Be like, hey, I thought of you. Send some random picture. Like, I
Even-
saw this and I thought of you.
Yeah.
Even the hey, I just got home.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
little
That-
things.
Oh, let me know
Those
when you're
little
home.
things.
Especially when you
Ooh.
overthink a lot or you have a hard time trusting people. It always
Exactly.
comes back to the
When they
little
tell you
things.
drive safe.
Drive safe,
Oh
or you're
my
texting them and
God.
you're in the car and they know you're driving. They're like, hey, get off your phone. Text you when
love
you
that.
get where you're going.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. Well, you know, guys, this has been really fun. You know, second episode down. Thank you again, Will, Anthony.
We'll be back. We'll be
for-
back.
Of
Yeah,
course.
we'll be back, baby.
Absolutely. You know, this is gonna be a thing where we're always gonna have guests, but then every now and then it's gonna be me and you.
Yeah.
And you know, this is gonna be greatness. This is something that I really plan on taking seriously, you know? it's been real, you know? I'm
Thanks for having
Alex.
us.
Yeah.
I'm Eddie.
And this is Young and Reckless, man. Y'all have a good night.